So, I mean, let's try an initial witness statement, or an initial witness statement on the matter then. So, I forget the name of O.J. Simpson's book. It was something like If I Did It or something, where obviously he made it clear that he did kill him. In my case, I'd been plotting to kill my late father since certainly the earliest years of my life. I remember distinctly sitting in Main Hill Primary School and realising that if I just sat there, he would just die of natural causes, and then I would just be free of him. It was a foolproof strategy that worked. I just sat there for his entire life, learned grey rock at that moment, and he just got cancer and died. So highly successful strategy. If you want to kill any member of your family, just sit there and wait until they expire. Highly recommended. At the end of that process, though, it is sort of awkward because it's like a cannonball skidding to the stop. I mean, you've got to get the cannonball out of the way first, and then you've got to put things back in order. So fix the grass, get the scrape out of the way, and then once it's sort of back in order, you could actually think about building something on it. So given the sort of cannonball he was, you're probably not going to get another cannon shot of that nature, because I'm not near Green Lane. But it's just that the wreckage hasn't even begun to be cleared up because nobody in Birmingham can actually come and talk to me. So the concern is obviously around the actual criminals, but there's from actual criminals to people who are obviously just scum. So if you can't sort of come to Edinburgh and say, oh right, we're going to actually sort of assist in getting back and forth to find John Cotton and dealing with the absolutely catastrophic mess he's made. When one of my former colleagues was talking about an industrial accident, he's not kidding. The serious incompetence of people like Varney, the absolute disaster, and him in terms of the medical advice given to that city. You can't have people like that just being able to escape justice. He's got to be found and brought back. His stuff into corporate communications, by the way, was absolutely deranged. Some of that stuff for police under caution is going to be absolutely fascinating. I'd love to hear the witness statements. But the great thing is, I mean, even if this were all a game, right? So the funeral takes place. The revolting old cretin, walks in and says, "Ha ha! I faked my own death. Here I am," and you say, "Oh God." It doesn't actually matter because his revolting old Irishman's prophecy became true. You worked out that a woman is lying and the equity thing is just a word game and she's just a crook, and a child could work this out and have her arrested. But I forget where I actually started going with this, but yeah, the power of wishing death on people is unfortunately quite good. If your father is a revolting tosser and is good at creating an environment where you're going to have a lot of life experiences, and a lot of those are bad. And I suppose in compensation, you probably would actually make a quite good barrister, because you're very upset when illegitimate authority is excised in that polis, because it could have been a lovely place if we'd carried on as we were back in the 80s. But of course, as you sort of learn more about the world, it was listening to the wrong German in the 1800s. And the old man in his third in philosophy at Oxford just wasn't up to the task, I'm afraid. But then again, it was after the war, needs must. And again, he had to put it with my mother, who again isn't doing probate.